Hello and welcome back to the finishing line, proudly sponsored by...
Who we sponsored by today? Pimlico.
I was going to say Pimlico, but then I didn't.
That's harsh.
Yeah.
No France trip for you.
How are you, gentlemen?
You look exhausted.
I have the flu the last few days. I'll be grand.
COVID.
Yeah, it could be COVID as well. Have to get another job. It's probably the 10th one now. Is that right, Tom?
I thought you weren't getting anymore.
I mean,
That's it is, Tom. I got one.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's why you're sick now and I'm not, I imagine. So, if the government ever needed an advertisement for getting COVID jabs, they should have just asked us to do a show and talk about it, really, shouldn't they?
You're having a chest infection every year for the last 4 years.
Yeah, it's probably COVID, Dave.
It was. I'd say it was, Tom.
You got
Watch
the
out.
early strain of COVID.
Any Pimlico news, Tom?
Yes. Big week next week. Punchestown Festival. I think our first runner at the Punchestown Festival. It is. I am Mimi. Runs in the.
Hope she don't have COVID.
On a Friday. I hope he doesn't have COVID either. Looking at Gavin's form at the minute, they don't have COVID in that yard. So yeah, that's all good. But yeah, really looking forward to him. Massive week. Would love him to run well. Night Titan should be out early next month. Hopefully, all going to plan. Who else have we got? We got Zurich going into training now in the next couple of months with Henry. And we had Trutzpal win. No, we didn't. We had Chindwin win. Before
Trutzpal wins. You told me Tom in August or something like that. Not quite yet was the plan.
Trutzpal is on the end of my tongue. So I think we said this last time, Andrew, but I'm not sure if the show ended up. We kind of listened to a few people. We've been trying to buy a nicer horse, but nicer horses, and when you buy them, they cost a lot more money, and it makes things a lot dearer. People were saying they'd love to get involved, love the idea of ownership, going to the races, visiting the yards, but for a cheaper cost. So we managed to make that happen. We found a lovely horse called Chutzpal. And the aim is to win the Tramore Derby. We are the reigning Tramore Derby champions. It's off the legend, won it last year. So we had to find a horse for it this year. But Trutzpal's going to be a lot of fun. He's a dual-purpose horse. He's going to run over hurdles and on the flat with the aim of the Tramore Derby. He goes into training with Henry de Bromhead. And I hope it's a lot more exciting than Dave, you want in there. But
He's in great form today, isn't he?
He's in cracking form, isn't he? But yeah, no, shares in Trutzpal, they're on the website now. They're cheaper shares, and yeah, we're really looking forward to him. He's got a nice little piece of form at Limerick, and he's got another nice piece of form when he was fifth over hurdles at Tramore. He came down the hill that day, so that was fantastic. You can buy a share from €150 up front, so that's very affordable. We're going to run it through until the end of October is the plan, and then we'll probably have a look at selling him. If he's holding his form and running well, we'll keep him. But that's the kind of idea. And yeah, it's going to be really good fun. There'll be a trip to Henry's, plenty of races at Tramore, and definitely, I hope, a win along the way.
Trutzpal is
good.
chucked in.
Sean,
That's what I heard.
Sean, how are you?
Yeah, all good. Look, life could be worse. You could be a Liverpool fan. Your life has come down the last week, but it's all good, Dave, other than that.
Ye nearly bottled it today. Ye so nearly bottled it today.
Oh, I tell you what, if I shouldn't have blood pressure issues at my age, but I'd say for about 5 minutes, I probably did.
Squeaky bum time. Andrew, how are you?
Sure, grand. I barely looked at this, now, to be honest. Been toiling, Tom's trying to con me into tiling his floor now.
We are here to talk about the main races at the Punchestown Festival.
But this first. That tickets for Tuesday.
The end of year, good festival, and Andrew has a couple of tickets for Tuesday.
Tell me when to stop. This is all the entries are here. I'm not even looking. Tell me to stop.
Stop.
Racing Flarks.
Twitter.
Twitter. Sorry, it's on Twitter. Racing Flarks. Flarks, yeah.
Flarks.
2 tickets to Tuesday for Punchestown Festival on the way to you. I will DM you and send them over to you tonight.
So Andrew's going to DM them tickets. So we had a ticket giveaway. There you go. That was fast and furious.
Good
we're going to talk about the main races. If the lads have any handicap picks, then at the end they can give them. But mostly the grade ones. End of year festival, so sometimes strange results. Sean is finding out that the end of year festivals are for celebrating, drinking, and a little bit less gambling. But Punchestown's a good festival. We've been a couple of times. You get well looked after up there. It's a lovely course. So best of luck to them. The first race is 2 miles, half a furlong. The KPMG Champion Novices Hurdle, Grade 1. And Slade Steele is favourite, the Supreme Novice Hurdle winner. 13-8, Mystical Power 3-1, Tully Yak 13-2, Firefox 8-1, Il Atlantic 18-1, Asian Master with the basketball player that rides him 20-1, and 28-1 Bar. Andrew.
Good race to kick off the Grade 1s. The top 4 and the Supreme go head to head again. I am going to side with Mystical Power in the hope that Mark Walsh holds on to him as long as he can and does Slade Steele for toe. Obviously got outstayed on deeper ground at the Cheltenham Festival. Jumped the last and the least. Slade Steele came back and beat him. He beat Firefox then at Aintree by half a length, but it was a better performance than that. Again, Mark Walsh went too soon on him. I think they're learning how to ride him now in the proper Grade 1 races. If they leave their challenge until after the last, I think you'll have too many gears on this ground to beat Slade Steele. Tully Hill, I can't believe he's 13-8. I'd have Firefox shorter than him 100%. But yeah, I think Mystical Power, I think it's going to be between the top 2 here, Mystical Power, Slade Steele. I think they'll be a good bit clear. Firefox will be chasing home in third. Mystical Power, 3-1. 33? 3-1. I think I'll kick you off to a good start.
Tom?
Yeah, I love Mystical Power. I'm slightly concerned that he's going again, but I think the better ground would definitely suit him, which interests me. And look, I'd probably stick with him. But look, I think as you said, Dave, at the start of the show, the main thing is to remember, Sean, this is a month for having a few beers, and if you don't drink, that's fine. Having a few sparkling waters, enjoying the racing, enjoying the company of your friends, and not betting too seriously because it throws up mad results, and then you end up fancying horses that win at Perth in April for Cheltenham festivals and things like that. So just factor that in this week, folks. I'll be having a handful of bets as well this week.
Yeah, I'd suggest maybe have something nicer than sparkling water as well. Fanta lemon maybe, if the sun is not out. Sean?
You're struggling big time.
My nose is hurting me.
Yeah, look, I think it's hard to get away from Slade Steele. He's a Supreme winner coming in here, and I went and watched back the replay. I think he had an awful lot left in hand at Cheltenham, to be honest with you. He's gone down to the last, and Rachel's had a handful on him, and he's pricked his 2 ears and took an extra stride and sort of bunny hopped, and that gets Mystical Power back into it. But as soon as Rachel gives him a slap behind, he goes and picks up Mystical Power very easily, in my opinion. I don't think he'll turn that form now. There's no price really. He's 13-8 there. I just thought if there is one that is a bit outside priced, Asian Masters 25-1 in there. I'd say he could probably go a bit closer this time, if not ridden. He's ridden very wide around Cheltenham, giving away a good bit of ground. I think he could be 25-1 if you're getting 3 or 4 places in here in the first race.
Surprised you're not going balls deep in Slade Steele.
Yeah, see, Pablo's warning me not to do this, and he is the sort of horse I would be going balls deep on because the form is there, and I don't know if it's going to be torn, to be honest.
It's just for anyone who knows Sean, every horse that finished in behind Ballyburn will be tipped up today by Sean.
I think Slade Steele would hold the form and beat Mystical Power again. I think Slade Steele is the real deal.
You tried to come up with a fancy name there.
It was the way it was going to be said, and it wasn't even supposed to be like that. But yeah, all hail Henry the Bromhead.
Except Sean, because he doesn't like him.
Anyway, we're going all the way to the 5:25 Punchestown. William Hill Champion Chase, Grade 1, 2 miles, half furlong. Dino Blue. Company man is going to be on her. Is he? He is.
He is.
The company man is on her. Might be too far back.
I think he has to win today. Not today, Tuesday.
Captain Guinness 7-2. Banbridge 9-2. Gentleman Demi 6-1.
Yak Sam.
Saint Sam. Future Ryanair winner, I was told at one stage in my life.
Future Grade 1 winner, just not.
14-1 and 20-1. Dice are Dynamo and all the lads.
I wonder if we get a price on him to fall.
This is one I'll probably sit out.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought you would be all over this.
No, I like Dino Blue, but Mark Walsh just fucking fucked it at Cheltenham, so I'm out.
Drop down and trip against horses he's beaten before.
You are the weakest link, good boy. What's it? Anne Robinson, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, but look, there's Captain Guinness, who rarely backs up a run. You've Banbridge, who's down 4 furlongs more than he wants to be. You've Gentleman Me, who'll set her up for everyone. And you have Saint Sam, who's just no good, and Dynamo will probably fall. She's by far probably the best in there. She's beaten Captain Guinness twice this season. She's in behind El Fabio. She won a Grade 1. She was given a balls of a ride at Cheltenham over 2 mile 4. She dropped down to 2 miles. I think she just wins. I think it's just as easy as that. She just wins.
What happens if he's too far back on Gentleman to me?
Sure, he went off like the clappers at Leopardstown, and he just tracked her going around, and I think it'll be the same thing again. He knows obviously she has more staying power now that she's obviously stayed 2 mile 4 but got balls of a ride. I just think it's going to be an easy win, to be honest. With Banbridge, we could get going too late.
I don't really like him anyway.
I just think she wins. Captain Guinness is a horse I love, but you're always willing to take him on. Always willing to take him on.
I think he was better at Cheltenham than anywhere else.
He does. It's 2 best performances been at Cheltenham. The win last month, and the second or third behind Nergamine the year before. Yeah, I think that Dino Blue, she won at this festival, at this meeting last year. I think she'll win again.
Sean?
Yeah, look, I think Andrew's hit the nail on the head, to be honest with you. I'd have it down to 2 horses myself, and I would be Dino Blue and Banbridge. I'd take on Captain Guinness every day of the week, and I think St. Sam is going to counter-attack what Gentleman to Me would like to do, which is set the fractions, but St. Sam's a fruitcake. It's just going to go out a million miles an hour. I think Dino Blue, look, it's not the strongest race. You had El Fabiola and John Bon take on each other yesterday at Sandown, so it's like you wouldn't say it's the strongest. It's Punchestown Champion Chases. She's getting the 7 pounds off them. She's beaten Captain Guinness and Gentleman to Me twice already this season, back down to 2 miles. She's going to have a pace to aim at, and I think she's best at 2 miles. She travels like a proper 2 miler and jumps. I'd say she'd be up there nice and handy, and as Andrew said, she backed up here last year and done it very well, and I think on a bit of a quicker surface it might help her too, so I can't get away from her, to be honest. I think she's rock solid at the top of the market.
Tom?
Yeah, I think she'd be hard to beat. I was just looking at the ground report. Actually, it's yielding good to yielding in places at the minute, and they weren't due much rain today. And then Monday into Tuesday, they're due 10 to 30 mil. That's a massive, massive rain.
In other words, they haven't a fucking clue.
Yeah.
And I love how they put according to Met Aaron to get them out of it. But like, if they get 10 mil, it won't make too much of a difference, I wouldn't imagine. 30 mil will make it soft. But it's more settled during the week, they say, and they're looking at watering later on in the week. So a lot is going to depend on that for Banbridge's participation. Well, I look, they ran him at Cheltenham. He's 8 now. I'm sure they'll just run him again, but he definitely doesn't go on soft ground. Dino Blue here, I agree with what you're saying. I love Captain Guinness. He's a dude of a horse, but you couldn't be backing him, could you? And then Gentleman to Me is a disappointment as well. For all, he probably runs a good bit better in the spring. But I think Dino Blue is one of the most solid ones of the week here. I think she's ran a few very, very good races this season. And if she ran to that level again, getting the 7 pounds mare's allowance, she would probably win.
Okay, Dino Blue seems to be the one. On to the 6 o'clock, the Dooley Insurance Group Champion Novice Chase, 3 miles, 1 furlong, Grade 1. Monty Starr's favourite, 9-4. Spallan's Tower, 5-2. Embassy Gardens, 11-2. American Mike 8-1. Sander Moose 12-1. The slowest horse in training, 3 card Bragg 16-1. And 22's Ziggy, 25's Sharjah. Sean, you going for Spillane Tower?
Yeah, look, I've had a love affair with this lad all season, and we had a write off. What was it, Easter? Was it Easter weekend at Fairy House?
Yep.
He went and duly obliged. Look, he's a horse that they've taken a steady campaign with, and it's not a classic one if it's all about Cheltenham. You're in a couple of beginners to get him right, and then they've upped him slowly, and he's taken on a Blood Destiny 2 or 3 times this season already, and then he was popped into a Grade 1 the last day over 2.5 miles. I thought from the get-go he was all over a 3-mile chaser, and look, he gets his chance to step up here against Monty Star. I just want to take on. I don't know. I think Factor 5 was well the best horse in that RSA, and I don't know if reading the form literally being 2.5 lengths behind him is going to be what it is. I don't know if he's that solid, to be honest. And Embassy Gardens, look, his jumping was a bit guessy. I suppose he hasn't got Patrick on his back this time. That's Paul, so he might be popped out in front and just let jump the way he has been all season. But Spillane's Tower up to 3 miles, I don't think he does an awful lot, and he's not a flashy horse when he gets to the front. If you watch Mark Walsh going down to the last, he's hands and heels, and then after the last, he's giving him a flick. His 2 ears are up in the air, and he doesn't do too much. I think up to 3 miles here, he deserves to have a shot up here, and I think he could take the beating.
Tom?
Yeah, I'm going to take on Spillane's Tower. I've been a fan of him this season, and I think the day to back him was definitely that Fairy House race, wasn't it? But you look at his form; he's beaten Firm Footings ahead. He's beaten Blood Destiny. He's then got beat by Blood Destiny, and then he's beaten Tactical Move by a length for 3/4. I don't know if that's strong enough form. He's stepping into the top staying chase form here now. You got Monty Star, Embassy Gardens, American Mike, Sandor Moose, and 3-card Bragg, and the Zigsters down there as well. But I take him on. I also probably just take on Monty Star, although I'd rather back him at 9-4 than Spillane's Tower at 5-2. But I'd take the 2 of them on at that price. There's a 16-1 shot here, lads. Cheap pieces on first time. Sam Ewing up. Definitely back him each way. He's beaten a 4-11 the last day, but that was behind Monty Star. That doesn't look like bad form at all now. His run before that, he was second to Corbett's Cross, beating 3/4 of a length. He absolutely bolted up at Cheltenham. He's getting a trip that he definitely wants. I don't think the ground will be any problem to him either way it is. He's a fresh horse coming into this. I think he's got a cracking chance actually.
Andrew?
Expecting that, I'm not going to lie.
What?
I wasn't expecting Tom to put 3-card Bragg out of that whole lineup, to be honest.
I kind of was, to be honest.
The rest of them all have questions, though. They've all either got festival form or they're taking a step into a different grade.
Would you say he picked up an injury? That'd be my worry, to be honest.
No, sure. The whole thing was he was meant to go for the national, but then he wasn't qualified for the national, isn't that it? He was meant to run the Irish national, so they skipped the national hunt race, and it turned out he wasn't qualified for the race. So they've waited and come here. But I think cheap pieces first time now. I think he'll have a good chance.
Gordon must have been drunk that day.
Again. Andrew?
That was the best interview I've ever seen. Gordo absolutely scuttered on Racing TV.
Brilliant.
Boy, Gordo. We never talked about Willie winning the UK Trainers Championship as well. It was great.
Do that at the end.
Yeah.
Because that deserves some time in fairness.
I'm the same as Tom. I'm not really rating Spillane's Tower's form at all. He's beaten Blood Destiny. He's getting beat by him. And he beat him again in the Grade 1 and Tactical Move was in front of him. What's that really equating to when he's coming up against these? I'm taking the wise swing again. I'm going to go with Sander Kilgane here. He ran well at the festival last year, and then he came to Punchestown and he bolted up when he dropped back down to 2 mile 4. I think he's a big enough price when he only has 5 lengths to find on Monty Star, and he made a Horlicks at the last 2 fences at Cheltenham. Back on a flatter track, and again, they make use of him again. I think he can run a massive race at 12-1. And American Mike is so in and out, you can't trust him. Embassy Garden I really liked until Patrick decided to drop him out the back of the fucking telly and ride him in it like that. I think you'll see a different horse here. He probably bucked out in front with Paul back on him. But yeah, I really do think Sander Kilgane is a massive price here, considering that he's well able to back up Cheltenham run. He's course form. He bolted up last year. I think if his jumping improves a small bit more, I think 12-1 is massively overpriced here. But yeah, I'm going to take a chance of Sandor Moose here.
Andrew, I think this is a good bet now. I think this is the first match bet of the week.
Sandor Moose against 3 Card Moose.
Yeah,
You're on.
love it. The bookies post says about look at Freecod's run here last season. That was off the back of Cheltenham. He got beaten. There was 116 rated horse. He finished second. That was not his running. He comes into this fresh horse, so don't worry about that.
A French pint of Guinness on this.
Yeah, I like Spillane Tower, but I actually think Monty Star will win. Out of all the top ones there, he's the best jumper as well. Never has yet to look like he's going to fall or anything over the last couple of races. I thought he jumped very well at Cheltenham. No bad thing being beaten the way he was beaten, so I think he's probably the most solid one. I like Spillane Tower, but he's a bit of a lunatic, so I don't know if 3 miles is going to suit him. He might put his chances away. And again, a company man is on board, so it could be a company man treble on Tuesday. I won't be on it.
Smashing tellies wherever you are.
I definitely won't be backing it.
Company man treble held up out the back, ran on, left too much to do. Second.
Anyway, we're on to Wednesday. The first one, 4:15. Shanor Group Novice Hurdle Grade 1 3 miles. Very good race because we have Dancing City in here who won the Grade 1 at Aintree 5-2. Stellar Story, the Bartlett winner 3-1. Better Days Ahead, the Martin Pipe winner 5-1. Key to Bourbon is in the Martin Pipe. He's won since 11-2. High Class Hero 7-1. Lecky Watson, Tom's Horse 10s. Staffordshire Knot who was second at Aintree 12s. And then 14-1 Bar. I'm not even talking about Lachlan. He's an idiot.
He's my dickhead book now.
So it's a pick and race. You could have 3 or 4 goes of this, and you might not find the winner. Tom,
you could. Well, I'm going to have a small swing in it with Key to Bourbon. He ran a nice race. Ran a nice race at Cheltenham. He's gone to. I know he's run again since, which wouldn't normally be in favour, but he went to Ayr for a novice hurdle where he didn't have to run to his top form, and he won by 6 lengths.
A schooling race.
Yeah, exactly. He jumped around nicely, which I think was probably the plan to save him for this. Look, Willie has so many entries in this. God only knows what is going to run. So I'm taking a swing on him, and I'm going to mention this horse now because he's entered here. Olympic Man. He has 4 entries this week, from rated hurdles to handicap hurdles, 2 grade 1s, 1 over 2 mile free, 1 over 3 miles. That horse was beaten at Fairyhouse, but is well ahead of his mark. He got put up £6 for it, but the way Paul rode in that lay, he just got done. But he is definitely ahead of his mark. So I actually think he'd be competitive in a race like this. So it'd be interesting to see where they go with him. But yeah, Olympic Man, keep him in mind this week.
I'll weigh in there because I agree with Tom. I came away from the race at Cheltenham thinking that he was the best horse in the race and was a little bit green and still needed another couple of runs. It's probably a good thing they ran him at Ayr. The time with Clonmel, he got rode along as well. Would look like a horse that wasn't sure what racing was or is. The more professional he gets, I think he'll be very good. Be good over a fence next year, and I'd like him for this with the others after having hard races. Dancing City and Stellar Story running all the grade 1s through the year, so I'll look at Key to Bourbon as the outsider. Andrew?
Yeah, I agree with you. Key to Bourbon. Here, back Dancing City at Aintree, but I found that he looked like he became very tired at the closing stages. Just in this race, I will take him on here, but next season he's going to improve again. He's going to be a really good horse. Stellar Story, I want to see him back it up. Look, it was no fluke that he won. The second and third have ran against each other again. Dancing City reversed the form. Brighter Days Ahead, it turned into a real slog. I think it was just set up for him to win that day. And as Tom said, Key to Bourbon went over the air and absolutely bolted up. It was he said it was a good experience for him to have travel over. Wish he'd do him no harm. And won really, really well. He's still only a 5-year-old. There's a hell of a lot more improvement to come from. He's 11-2 here now, and look, he's trained by Willie. And Willie at Punchestown, Willie just run everything if they're A-OK. And I think 11-2 is a very, very fair price. And if he's declared, I can see him shortening a lot in the betting. The penny seems to be starting to drop at him now. and he's a very exciting horse going forward. I think the first three in that Martin Pipe, but keep on the right side of them. Water for Whispers as well. He's going to be a very good horse. But yeah, Keita Bourbon, I take a chance on him.
First 4 Answers to Cave is a good horse too.
Answers to Cave, yeah.
Sean.
Yeah, look, all 4 of us are rounding on the same horse here. Keita Bourbon. Look, I just want to take on Dancing City. They absolutely walked across Aintree. That was grueling stuff, now, to be honest with you. Stella Story, I shouldn't have lost out on him. Or what he done at Cheltenham, I don't know if he just was lucky to win that Bartlett, to be honest with you. He just picked up the Duke man and aptly made a mess of the last. And I'd say, I don't know whether that's his big day and he's not going to follow on now. The Martin Pipe form, as you said, with better days ahead. But Keita Bourbon is the 5-year-old. I think he is getting better at racing. As you've seen, he dotted up in there and he didn't really have to go through all the gears that day either. So I say you probably will see him backed up here. And 11-2, I think he is a decent bet.
Good. Full house. We're on to the Ladbrokes Punchestown Gold Cup, Grade 1. Been a great race throughout the years. Some shocks here and there. 3 miles, 1 furlong. Galloping, 8-11. Fast or Slow, 3s. Shish Kebab, 9-1. Korak Rambler, 12s. Conflated, 16s. Hewick, 16s. And then you got Journey With Me and the lads all down there, 25-1 bar. Andrew.
Galloping. I think he'll make up for some from last year and become only the second horse to win the 3 Gold Cups in one season. Sergeant John, the only one to do it. We were up there when he decided to bow his head down in front of Jack Adam to clean the Gold Cup. I think he'll win. He's at no sort of price, 8-11 here. I think they'll ride him like they did at Cheltenham and be a lot closer to the pace. And I think Shish Kebab is going to follow him home. You go back, he's a weird horse, but he's only ever been beaten once going this way around. And that's when he fell. Well, I say fell, unseated Nico in the King George. So his form going this way around is rock solid. I think he'll be Fast or Slow and Korak Rambler. I presume Korak Rambler is going to come over if he's that unseated really early in the Grand National. I think that's going to be the top 2. Gone to the Champ, I think you see another top class performance. I think Shishkin will follow him home.
I think Shish Kebab will win. I think Galvin will lose.
Get the fuck out.
Not because I don't like Galvin. I love him. He's my favourite horse, I'd say. But Gold Cups are what they are. They're very hard. Nicky is back in form. Finally, it's taken nearly the whole year, but his horses are running well.
Did you ever see the camera on Nicky when the horses are winning?
Yeah. I loves it. He's
like a fella having cutting convulsions.
He's an excitable human being. He really does love it. And when the horses lose once or twice, he starts running them more often. That aura of invincibility is gone, and he's like doesn't talk about him catching pigeons on the gallop, and he runs them, and they actually can win a few races.
Like Common.
He's gone. You may get over him now. He's gone. 4-time champion hurdle winner that only won it once.
Gonzo.
The best champion hurdler ever lived.
Yeah.
Ever seen.
1 champion hurdle. Same as Stateman. Stateman.
No.
But yeah, Shish Kebab. If Gallopin loses, it wouldn't worry me at all for next year for the Gold Cup. I just think end of a hard season, it's not going to be the plan. He's going to run, but sure, look, if he loses, he loses.
He could be still drunk from the Gold Cup celebrations.
Sean.
Yeah, look, I'd be hoping he doesn't now, to be honest with you. He's a short price. Look, there's nothing going to be around into him at that. He's odds on. But I think Paul be keen this time not to get in. Last year, look, him and Braveman's game took each other on a long, long way out down the back straight. I'd say Paul be very keen not to get into a battle and get picked up the way Fast and Slow was able to pick him up last year. So I'd say he'd probably pop along just behind the pace, and I'd say he'd probably leave until he jumps the third last coming around the bend to make his challenge, and hopefully he can go away. And as Andrew said, emulate the only horse to do it so far is Sergeant John to win all 3 Gold Cups.
King John.
Thomas.
Yeah, look, I hope he wins. He's a hell of a horse, isn't he? And he's proved me wrong. I had a few question marks about him at the start of this year, and he's definitely proved me wrong there. I worry about Fast or Slow coming into it, the fresh horse. Shishkin turning up here, I think that's an interesting move. I think he could run a massive race, but it's just not a betting prospect for me. I'm I could look at back and one each way. It'd probably be Shishkin, but I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to be trying to watch Galopin win and then cheering on Shishkin to finish third.
Probably do a Yui at the start and just make himself go home.
No, I'm good for a bet in this, but yeah, really looking forward to watching it.
On to Thursday, and we have the Ladbrokes Champion Stayers Hurdle, Grade 1, 3 miles. Chupo. Did I skip one? Oh, I'll go back to it.
Go back to it.
I'll go back to it. Chupo, evens, Irish Point, 4-1. Home by the Lee, 8-1. A horse that's run more than the Little Wank is entered. Buddy 1 is 10-1.
That's not
Just give that horse a break, please. Sir de Burley, 10-1. Asterian Kaboom, 12s. The Big Lad Monkfish, another horse that just...
Poor bastard.
It's time to...
Leave him go off and be a merry
leave him go off and
chestnut giant.
He can jump trees and lick fences.
You need to jump him, he just steps over him.
Sir Gerhard, who, nigh on 5 days ago, Patrick said, we finally figured out he's a speed horse. Then he turns up at fucking Sandown over 2 miles, 6 furlongs. Fucking run the horse over 2 miles, he's a 2 miler.
You kept him away from every other horse.
Tell me, don't even start me now with that. What was he doing? Like,
he does it on every horse he rides.
And he comes.
Here's the pack. Here's Patrick.
He comes there swinging again on the bridle and gets outstayed. They're like, "Whoa, what happened there? He don't fucking stay!" Like,
oh no, I can't breathe. Oh,
anyway,
my legs hurt.
If they all turn up, I'm going to go for Irish Point. I love him. I hope he progresses onto next year. Whether he'll go on fences, I don't know, but I think he's very good. Irish Point for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Irish Point. He's a very classy horse, second to State Man. In the Champion Hurdle, won the Christmas Hurdle before that, over 3 miles. Granted, it was ran at a doddle. So Chupo, better after he had a big, long enough break in his races. You kind of hold that against him if they're all saying that. I know about the same ownerships. The end of the season, you'd expect them to run against each other, unless they actually do decide to run Irish Point against State Man, which I hope they don't, because they just know he can't beat him. But if he does run here, I think 4-1's a fair price. He could run a massive, massive race. Tell me something. Girl turns up here. She's come back in the form, 25-1 to finish 3rd or 4th. You might get 4 places in who's sponsored Ladbrokes. Ladbrokes might go 4 places. She might fall into place. But yeah, if Irish Point turns up here, I would be very, very interested in him.
Tom, Buddy 1. Buddy 1, I've actually changed my mind on him, Dave. I'd been saying he was terribly campaigned. He rivals the Lucinda horses for that some days, but look, I wouldn't have ran him at Fairyhouse that day, and then not at Leopardstown. But this horse has never had a day, a break longer than 81 days since he started racing in October 2022. Like, that horse's constitution is incredible.
I thought he had it at Aintree.
I felt bad for him.
I thought he had it.
I really felt bad for him.
He deserved it.
In fairness, they're doing some job training him to keep him going that long. I feel they messed up a little bit with the Fairyhouse and Leopardstown runs, but they got him back. He was 4th in a Stayers Hurdle and 2nd in a Grade 1 at Aintree. So
he was some certainty that day at Cheltenham when we were over in November, wasn't he?
What did he? 7-2. He was walloped.
Punted in from all week from 9s into 7-2 favourite. Went off 11-4 favourite, I think.
9-4 he went off, and I still, if you offered me to bet now after going back there and just looking at his form, I wouldn't have backed him. I don't think.
And that's the unfillet. Did you have a few bets on it? Oh, I had to get this one up. We had a lot of money on this now. I loved how he reacted to it. He just was honest about it. I was really worried. Had to get this fella over the line.
Fair play to him. Sure, look, his form in England is insane. His form in Ireland is good as well, enough. But yeah, no, look, I'll pass on him. Be interesting to see if they split the top 2. What do you think? The Irish Point go the Champion Hurdle route, do you think?
Probably.
Unless they don't run Chupo.
I think it's all guns blazing for TU.
Yeah. They'll run them.
Saying it would take some beating and stuff. And
I'd like him to run him just so they know going into next season what horse he is. Is he a 2 miler? Is he a 3 miler?
I've actually come around now. I actually think he's a good horse, and I think he'll take some stopping here, and I think you'll see them do exactly the same next season. The horse is only 7. they'll give him one run, probably in the same race, the Hatton's Grace at Fairyhouse, and then straight to Cheltenham. And look, fair play. If it's not broke, don't try and fix it. So they figured him out, and he's a lovely horse because that division is wide open. And he's only 7, so I think he'd win here. But again, he's evens. If Irish Point, I mean, he's not going to be evens if Irish Point doesn't run, but I think if you fancy him, you take the punt that they're not going to run both of them against each other, and you're backing at evens now because he'll be a fair bit odds on if Irish Point doesn't run.
Yep. Sean?
Look, the campaigning of Irish Point has done my fucking bulb in now, to be honest with you, because there's like no reason why he should be running at 2 miles, and like there's just
the man who loves Con Hill.
No, like he shouldn't be running at 2 miles, and I don't understand why they haven't stepped him up. And I'd be first keen if the two of these ran. I'd definitely be in the Irish Point camp because I just look. The Hubu is what he is, but they've said all along he never backs up his races. He's supposed to go to Aintree and didn't go. Look, that's the first warning sign in my opinion. He's gonna rock up here if they don't get rain. You're on good ground, and I wouldn't want to be steaming into Hubu on good yielding ground, to be honest with you. When they've cried out is all he wants is a swamp. He was beaten here last year. It is a shite race. If Irish Point doesn't turn up, he is probably going to win, but I wouldn't be steaming into him. But if Irish Point runs, I'll definitely be backing him against the Hupu.
Yeah, I'd be against the Hupu because of the whole backing up races and the ground. If it's not heavy, I think he wants heavy ground. He's definitely a good horse. Tom is right. He's proved he's a good horse, proper grade 1 horse, but he has his frailties. And even if Irish Point doesn't turn up, I think there's probably an outsider there that might beat him.
After all, that's something mental will be.
It won't be Sir Gerhard.
Syrian Kaboom.
Yeah.
I think he ran a good race in this last year. Did he, Tom? Have you got his form there?
He was second, I think. Second or third or something.
Look, he was
half a length.
Classical dream.
Oh, that's 23. Sorry, that's my bad. Yeah, that's last year. 24 this year.
That's last year, Andrew.
Okay.
2024, Andrew.
Move on, Dave.
We're going for the Barberstown Castle Novice Chase, grade 1, 2 miles. The Arkle horses, Gaelic Warrior, the lad is 1-3 on. Blood Destiny 7-2. Policeman, Police Them.
Mr. Police Them.
Mr. Police Them. Excuse me. 7-1. Il Ete Moose 8-1. And then 16-1 Baron. I'm even talking about them other ones.
That horse has grown on me so much.
Who?
That purple bastard.
Garlic bread.
Oh, wins on the Sadie Snaff.
He's the business now.
I went off him. I came back on him. I went off him again this year, but I'm truly back on the bandwagon.
Oh, he's the business now.
He's the champion chase winner next year.
I love him. I think he's brilliant.
He's a fruitcake. He wins this by fucking lens bet. Get your lens bet out.
He came all the way over
to
Ireland.
Ireland. 20 lengths or more.
He came all the way over to Ireland. Tom took him under his wing. He faltered and failed. Then I took him under my wing. Tom went off, and look what has happened.
Tom, what did he get beat off for the Boodles?
I still can't talk about it.
You're now looking at an article. Even Sean went off him. Said he couldn't run straight, couldn't run sideways, couldn't run backwards after Leopardstown. Can't possibly win at Cheltenham.
Isn't it mad what a hood does?
Bolted up.
Fucking hood is like do you know what he goes? He walked past the mirror with that on, and he looked at himself. I'm Batman. He said, and he's just going to win.
Leopardstown. 2 horses taken out of the race. 2 horses left. A company race. Perhaps.
Company race. Yeah, look, garlic bread. Look, wins how he wants. The rest of them, I'd be surprised if Valete Tomp runs here. To me, I'm massively interested in this fellow if he goes to Ryanair next year. If they go a step slower around there, he might get away with the whole Cheltenham thing.
There's 2 horses in training that are very good that won't be winning the Ryanair. One of them is John Mon because he doesn't act around Cheltenham. And the second one is Ilete Moose because he doesn't act around Cheltenham.
I don't know what price he is now for it. I might have a little goosey gander at it. But yeah, look, there's no point in spending long on this. Gaelic Warrior wins by half the track.
When you were playing football, was there a football ground that you just didn't like going to?
Yeah.
Where?
Still playing on.
Park out Toronto.
I fucking played out there for 3 years. No wonder I fucking retired.
That's
every home game he turned up, he didn't want to be there.
I was like, oh, I don't like this place. You know, it's cold. It's always fucking cold out there.
that's what Cheltenham is to John Bond.
I know. Tramore in the summertime. Oh, the best pitch in the world. It's like a fucking carpet.
Tramore's a nice spot. I was there this morning. It's very cold.
Villa. I hated playing in Villa.
The water was very cold. Sean.
Yeah, look, there's no awards for this. Gaelic Warrior wins as he likes, back right-handed. Look, I don't know what's going to be, to be honest. Like, he runs around and jumps and doesn't act a mick. He's going to take some work and he doesn't get beaten.
Tom.
Yeah, look, it is April. It is horse racing in April at the top national hunt level. But I think he's going to take a lot of whack, and he was mightily impressive here last year, wasn't he? I'm in the middle of booking a holiday, and it just makes me sick every time I think about this lad. And
I thought you were thinking about having a bet on him, Tom. That's where that was going.
No, I'm not doing that again. Just thinking about the holiday that would have been. Borat says my tan's fading, that I need to top up soon. He's not wrong.
We'll top it up in 2 weeks.
We're on to Friday, and we have the Boodles Champion Hurdle Grade 1 2 miles. Again, not the most exciting race in the world. Stateman's in here at 1 to 3. Irish point fives. Lassie Mount's going to run the mare, so Bob Ollinger 8. Imperi Pass when he ran the other day. Sir Gerhard, Colonel Mustard. There might literally be 2 to 3 runners in this. Stateman will win.
Stateman will win. Bob Ollinger will be second because there's only going to be 2 runners.
There could possibly be 2 runners here. Sean?
Stateman, he's a dude. He'll do what he does. He's set by your clock and you just win.
According to your clock, he's very slow.
Thomas?
There will be 4 runners here. There will be Stateman, Irish Point, Bob Ollinger, and Colonel Mustard, and they will finish in that order, I reckon. I can't see Barry Pass running. I can't see Sir Gerhard running, and I think Lossie will go for the mares, or I hope she goes to France.
They said no, I think, Pablo.
No. She's running
going to France.
No, she's running on Saturday.
Call off the trip.
She's running on Saturday.
Why?
Is there any really hard
Sir Thomas of Rain, you're wrong. She's running on Saturday.
Big Bob will go.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. She won't run here. No, I said
no. Yeah. She's not going to France either.
She's going to France. Why? No. Why wouldn't they just take her to France and keep us all happy? It was just the icing on the cake of that trip.
Well, she'll just pop around on Saturday, win on the snaff, just stick her on the boat and head to France for the holiday.
Keep her sound. She's many moons ahead of her. The 6:35 at Punchestown. Ballyburn is in here. Sean is horny. Slade Steel 11 to 4. Ballyburn's 1 to 3 again. Jade de Grugy 5s. Brighter Days Ahead 15 to 2. Mirazora Clownhead 11 to 1. Tully Hill 12s. Billerickery Dickery 16 to 1. Jericho the Weaponry. Remember when that was a fucking fad at the start of the season in November?
He's the biggest certainty in God's green earth.
And he was going to win the Supreme, and Sean backed him.
Sean, I think it was, but it's the way he did it as he beat 110 rated horses by 5 lengths. Yeah, I think those were the words.
I'll give you a prize if you can tell me who he beat that day at, I think it was Doncaster at Newbury. I know
fucking
the name.
Secret Squirrel.
King Rufus. Something or other.
Who?
Yeah.
C-Sections is one of them.
And King Rufus.
Who?
Anyway, fuck him.
Jericho the Weaponry.
Sean, I'll leave you go first.
King William Rufus.
King William Rufus.
I love the Scotch.
What price is the double the Stateman and Ballyburn? No, I'm only messing.
I don't know.
You're not messing. No, that's the fucking mess.
Yeah, that's going to say. He's not messing.
Yeah, listen, if you gave me even money on that, Pablo, I'd even back it with you, to be honest with you. But no, look, Ballyburn, he's a dude. I'm really, really excited by him. I think he's a future Gold Cup horse. He'll do what he wants here and win how he wants. And don't mind anyone who's looking at the Cheltenham form and saying it's shite. It probably is shite, but he absolutely bolted up. And you just go back to his DRF form where you have the Supreme winner and the County Hurdle winner in behind. So it's all there to be seen. Can't wait to see him over the fence next year, and he takes all the beating.
Andrew.
What I hope happens now, Goro has a few winners on Tuesday. He rocks up Wednesday morning in the fucking horrors and goes, fuck it, let's run brighter days ahead against this cunt.
Oh, she'd be mullered.
She's mullered the same horse as that thing is mullered.
She's not going to run though, but
I know.
she is an airplane.
She is a fucking weapon. And if she does run here, I will be backing her, but she probably won't. I won't be having a bet in this. Plain and simple. Ballyburn will win because Stacey's not going to run here. Jade Grody.
I think they're running the Yeah, I think they're going to run her, which is interesting.
Mary makes no fucking difference. She's shit.
Yeah.
Mergio West, God only knows. He probably fucking headbutt someone. Tully Hill is useless. Billy Ricky Dickey is the best name in training. Jericho the Weapon, he'll probably come here and pull up again. There's nothing else in it, is there? Staffordshire not runs here. I'd back him each way at 20s. That's about it.
Ballyburn should win, but there's always one every week. You're
close.
like, it's like El Fab. How could El Fab lose at Cheltenham? How could he lose? And then he was the one that let all the multiples down. I wouldn't be surprised if Ballyburn just gets pulled up or something. Something goes wrong.
Stop the please.
Genuinely.
Some yak
It
falls in
happens
front
all the
of him.
time. Yeah, he gets brought down or something.
Oh, remember what was the novices chase where fucking Alboom Photo took out half the field?
Yeah. Like,
something mad like that.
Something happens, and it's always the one that you least. It's always the one that you least expect because it's not going to happen to State Man because there's not going to be enough runners in the race. Can't see it happen. No, I can't see it happen to him either. So this lad, no, I don't know.
Is what
should win. Should win. Tom
will win.
Just a reminder, lads. Now the last 3 years have all gone to plan, but the 2 years before that, this race was won by Reserve Tank and Dortmund Park, 13-2 and 16-1. So can happen. Yeah. I think Ballyburn could probably run £10 below his form here, as long as Stay Steel doesn't run. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, about
I'd say 20 probably.
There's been a few. These novice hurdles. Remember, Mighty Potter was 16-1 against Sergi, and one of the other ones, and he bolted up that day as well. There's been a couple of mad novice hurdle races.
A lurker.
If he ran £20 below Sean, he'd be about £10 wrong with Jay DeGrugy when you factor in the mare's allowance. So he couldn't run £20 below. He could run £10 below though. So as long as Slade Steele doesn't run, I can't see Bright Days Ahead running either. Mirza West will probably turn up here, won't he? And Tully Hill, I don't know what they're going to do with him, but don't write him off just yet. That Cheltenham race was messy, and I just don't think things went right for him there. But look, the grass cutter, as they call him. He should probably win. Sean, I think they're both 1-3, are they? Which makes the double 0.77 to 1. So
will you give me even money, Pablo? I'll back it with you.
Around 8 to 11. I'm not sure if your ears are working there. 0.77 to 1, not even.
And I'm asking Pablo Powers, can he give me 1-1?
Oh, brilliant!
Even money denied.
No.
No, I'm not going to take them on even money when they're and this horse has come out of those races. So I think you'll find it'll be about a 1 to 2 shot the double by the time of the race.
However, Sean,
he'll still roll into it.
However, you could have the two of them. You could have Gaelic Warrior, and you could have Lossy Mouth, which is on Saturday in the Mayor's Champion Hurdle. The Bolshoi Ballet Irish EBF Mayors. Very good. 2 miles, 3 furlongs. Lossy, that's 4 of them at 1-3. What does that give us, Tom?
Oh, let's work this out now, Dave. We've got the old calculator here.
5-4.
Oh, Andrew, you might not be far wrong there. About 11-8.
So you're getting 11-8 for the 4 of them, Sean. That's kind of a bet now I could see you doing.
That's the sort of bet the bookies are fucking rubbing their hands with, and anyways, I can tell you that.
Anyway, Lossy Mouth 1-3. Tell me something
or the bet he's rubbing his Mickey with.
Wow. The Brighter Days Ahead 8-1. Chitara 8. Astro. Whoa,
no.
Astro is still running at Cheltenham, I think. Hispanic Moon 10s. Lantry Lady 12s. Lucia 12s. 14-1 bar. Gallimar, so remember her.
Brandy, I can't jump a fence, love.
Lossy Mouth, my one true love. Another win on the way to winning more wins next year.
It's a lot of wins in one sentence.
Yep. What do you think?
Wins.
Love Lassie.
Yeah.
Lassie.
Lush him out. Wins this. Very interesting to see if she goes champion hurdle next year. I hope Richie keeps to his word and does. She'll bolt up here. Tell me something, girl. If she whatever she runs, I think she'll place it. If it's
Tell me something, girl.
Well, I gotta say that was fucking good. Doubt they run brighter days ahead here because she'd be after beating Ballyburn the day before. And the rest of them, I would take a chance on one of the Henrys. I think you might see the same thing that happened at Cheltenham. I think it'd be Willie, Henry.
Speaking of Henry, Key Buckley wants to know a flat question. If Henry Longfellow, I love that name. Oh, I think they're talking about his Willie. Is running the 2,000 guineas, or is he going to France? Apparently, he's going to France. No, they're all liars, so don't quote me. Don't quote me. Henry Longfellow.
Because
City will try for the guineas. He's the other good horse. He's the Dubawi, I think.
Just the one that the Kilmore are making documentaries on nowadays.
Yeah, he's the one that's amazing, but the other yoke is like 10 lengths better than him, so they're like, you can go to France. So he's going to France.
He went, oui.
Sean, Lassie.
Yeah, look, Lassie, she proved me wrong at Cheltenham. She stayed in her brother, and she absolutely hosed up. I'd say Tom's bit of what he done at Punchestown at Cheltenham probably won't be too far away either. Tell me something, girl, without. So you might.
What were you going to say? Place lay after a diamond.
Wow. Not that bad. But yeah, tell me something, girl. If she's in the without betting, I'd say you might get a decent price. They look like they're all tight in behind there, and you might be looking at probably 2 to 1, 5 to 2, or something like that.
Thomas of Rain.
Yeah, look, it's all about Lassie, isn't it? She's a stride ahead of these. She's a stride ahead of all the mares, isn't she, at the minute? So I'd love to see her take on the con man and go for the champion hurdle next season. We'll see what happens. I suppose it depends what Willie's got for it, and what way he goes with Ballyburn. But yeah, look, she'll win this, won't she? And again, she's another one. She can run £10 below her best and pick this up. Henry's got a few interesting ones, depending on what he runs. That Hispanic Moon and Lantry Lady are not bad horses at all. Tell me something, girl. She's really returned. I actually think he's done a hell of a job with her, because a season or so ago, she looked like she was gone at the game, and they went chasing with her, and she looked like she completely fell out of love with it. But she's done really, really well this year, so he's done a great job with her, even though she hasn't won a race. And then Astro Diamond, I think she's in foal is what I read, and she's retired after this. Last seen running around the helicopter field in Cheltenham. But look, all joking aside, I thought that was the most obvious thing ever, that was not going to work out for her, that race. I can see her running a hell of a lot better here. This is definitely more her gig. It's better.
Certain lad in my back, Tom, and that's the problem.
No, I think I don't buy into that at all.
Engine under the bonnet.
Can we just have?
No. She's keen. She wasn't going to go on heavy ground. Cheltenham 2 mile 4. She was going to get way too buzzed up. It was always, in my eyes, it was just always going to happen. And the market told you so on the day. She drifted right out. I think she'll bounce back to form here. I actually think she'll, for all the piss taking I've done out Sean, I think she'll run a nice race.
Can we just have a moment for all the fallen heroes? Sean being one. Tom was one and then came off the bandwagon. He was on the bandwagon, came off it, jumped back on again. That said that Lassie could not win at Cheltenham because she was a Triumph hurdle horse. All the fallen heroes on Twitter that said she could never win because all the stats were against her. Just let's have a moment.
Amen.
Thank you. And the last one of the week. The Ballymore champion 4-year-old hurdle, grade 1, 2 miles, Baller Secret. He's been very good in his 2 races. 2 to 1, Cargeese, 9 to 4. I don't know whether it's Cargeese or Cargeese.
There's so many different pronunciations.
Every time she's here, we're going to say something different.
What are we going to call her?
Cargeese! They're joking. Sergino, 9 to 4.
You know he's going to fucking Scotland next week, wouldn't you?
Nürburgring, 4 to 1. Stormheart 6s, Fucking bunted. 8-1. Calaconti 10s into Lotto 20s. 20.
I can't wait for the last week in June, first week in July, and we get the text off Sean. I found one, lads. He's running around Compion.
We're fucking throwing off that.
I'm up to the point there. I even have Tom on the lookout to see if this comes up anywhere.
Oh, point that where's JP McManus Hills with Derek O'Connor on his back. I found one.
I sent him the 2 fillies. Tom knows already.
Fucking bike.
I sent him to Tom first. Tom wouldn't have the cash to be buying him now, but he'll be seeing him somewhere else.
That's the problem. Half of some of the French horses that have won this year are definitely not leaving France. They're owned by big French owners, and they're not going anywhere. So, be interesting to see what other trainers pick up from that 3-year-old division at the minute. But look, in terms of this race, Dave, I'll crack on with it. Cargisi, as you said, I hope your Scottish accent next week is better than mine. You might have a bit of luck with the wee lassies over there. But
the real lassies.
Rob Nibble, don't Oh, inside joke.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Tom can't fucking wait.
I'm going to make a joke about battered Mars bars, but I feel that's a step too far.
It might look like one.
I'd take a swing on Butler's Secret here. Gavin's in absolute flying form at the minute. This horse has only had 5 races. He's won 4 of them. He looks very, very progressive. He hasn't been to the big festivals, but he's won a grade 3 and a grade 2 and looks a very nice horse. So yeah, look, I'll take him. But again, it's wide open, isn't it? I presume Sergino's not going to come over. It wouldn't be a Hendo thing to do. In fairness, I wouldn't do it either. So yeah, I'd take the chance for Butler's Secret. But yeah, again, enjoy your day out. Head into Nace afterwards. A few beers, a bit of dinner. Job's a good one. I'll be there on Friday if anyone sees me. I'll be nervously excited all day actually because we're in the last. It normally gets to like the 3rd, and you're nervously excited for 2 races, and then you're like wondering where everything's gone wrong after that.
Pablo, when you win the bumper on Friday, is there a possibility I might see you up there on Saturday still there?
Yep.
Yeah, I've got a hotel booked for Friday, so I could still be there on Sunday if we went on Friday.
He will be asleep on Ruby's double.
Yeah, no, we'll be down in Nice with plenty of champagne, giving it large. I tell you that much. So.
I won't be surprised if Sergino runs because he didn't run in the Triumph. So
I was to ask, was there any talk of him? I thought he might come over, to be honest.
Yeah, after he won an entry, he was talking about it. But Nicky says a lot. If he does run, I would be having a bet on Sergino. I think he's deadly, to be quite honest.
He got voted hard for in the category.
He's no horse of the year, like, but they don't have anything over that. But I think he's very good. I was just wicked impressed with him at entry. So if he runs, I'll be having a bet on him. If he doesn't, I will not. Andrew.
I agree with Tom. Butler Secret's been very good. I've backed him in 2 runs and he's won twice. He's very good at Fairy House. There's a lot more improvement to come. His jumping will get better as it goes along. Seems to have a very good engine. Cargis, I'd be surprised she turns up here. She's definitely after going over the top after the last day. Nürburgring could be a danger if
they ride him wrong. He's always way too far back.
Yeah, I was just going to say they need to force the pace more with him, bring him up a bit. Stormheart has been very disappointing me. I really liked him after his win. But Butler Secret, I would be very interested if he runs. I'd like to see Sergino come over.
So
that'll put a bit of substance to how good he is. Butler Secret, if he is up to that level or not. But yeah, I'd take a chance on Butler Secret. Seems to be going the right way. And as Tom said, Gavin Cromwell is in unbelievable form all season, actually.
Good trainer.
He had a winner on the flat in Haydock as well, didn't he?
He did. Earls.
Sean,
take it away. Last one.
Yeah, look, I'm the opposite of lads, to be honest with you. I'm against Butler Secret. I don't know if he's being beaten much, and the horses being beaten are Boodles types, where these are the Triumph horses, these are the proper grade 1 juveniles, and I just question what he's being beaten, to be honest with you. He comes in here, if Sergino wins, if Sergino runs, he's definitely the bet for me. I thought he might. Nicky's bringing over a couple, and he has Shishkin. I'd say there's a possibility he may come over. But if not, I think him and Carrick Easy, I think the two of them are definitely a high level of juvenile this year. I don't think Bottler Seeker's being run against anything like these two. And wherever one runs, I'll be taking on against Bottler Seeker.
Okay. Regards handicaps and whatever else, I'll be honest, I haven't looked mad into the handicaps yet, but I'll throw something up probably on Twitter or Instagram of all the days and old selection. But one horse I will be backing, Borat's put it up there, is William Money. In the Marine and National colours in the bumper, I would think he will take all the beating, and I think I'll get a decent price.
94.
That'll do for me. I'll take that very much. Thank you very much.
Daddy Longlegs is fucked in, by the way.
Daddy Spine Legs.
He's absolutely fucked in. He's off 135.
He jumps like a trolley.
If he decides to, look,
he does jump.
Toro 2 is the only danger in there. Barry Stock just can't get the job done. I think 135. I think he's well ahead of that mark.
I've no doubt he's better, but he literally jumps like a trolley. It's like his legs are too big for his body. He can't get him up.
The name, Daddy
Spine legs.
Yeah, he'd be interesting now. He's 5. Well, counting up 7s into 4s already. Fuck. Yeah.
Any others?
That's the only thing I looked at today now.
So
I have up on the Sun Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Spine legs for Andrew. William Money for me, Sean.
I have two bumper ones for you. I would definitely be backing Romeo Coolio in the champion bumper. I think he's definitely the wrong price. The lad gave me some serious dick on him, and look, you go and watch back the Cheltenham race, and I left that day thinking I feel like the wind might have got away. He came down the worst of the ground, like he came down the inside. He got a bit keen. He had to come around, says the chance coming down the hill, and he got a bit late up in Keith's hands, and he went and battled with Jal on the Darties, and then Paddy came 10 wide on the freshest ground around there, and he's beating a length. I definitely think the prices are really wrong on that. Like Jasmine Devoe is 6-5 and he's 7-2. I'd have them a hell of a lot closer than that, to be honest with you. The second bumper horse will be running on the Thursday, and it's Port Geelong. I was really taken by this lad first time out. He runs in the Ballybourne Winners Bumper. He won at Gowran in a race that's thrown up a couple of horses, Bob Ollinger, Tully Hill, and he tanked around that day in very bad ground. He was pulling with Patrick in his hands, and he went and beat Henry the Brom horse, who was well backed on the day. I think he's a proper horse and could be a supreme one for next year. And then the handicap one is on the Friday, and it's Percival Legawa. He's entered up in that race. I don't know if he's definitely going to run, but if he runs in a handicap this week over fences, I'm all over him. Look, he was going to, in my opinion, I think he was going to beat Hartwood at the DRF that day. He came down. He was absolutely hiked in the weight by the British handicapper, and they didn't send him over to Cheltenham. So he's off 137 here, and I definitely think he has at least 10 pounds in hand and will run a cracker.
Tom, Olympic man, if he runs in Lou Fitzgerald, he'll win that one. I think that's where he'll go.
Paul is I'd say he'll have very good horses running them handicaps and rated races, because Paul needs winners.
Yeah, the Louis Fitzgerald, I think that's there for him.
Borat says William Money 7-1, balls deep, no Vaseline. Best of luck with that. Thomas, last one.
Should I use some Vaseline?
Wow. Okay, I'm going to be having a bet on Free Cop Bragg 16-1 each way. I kind of like that. In the handicap,
if you go into the bookies, right?
Yeah, Tom, like he jumped like a bag of spanners this last day. Did you see him trying to jump fences? He was all over the house.
Yeah,
see one of these. If you get one of these in the bookies, a wee pen, and you write out 3-card Bragg 16-1. How much are you putting on it?
10 each way.
€10 each way, 20 total. Write out like the blogger now, so they can't fucking see it. The worst writing you've ever seen in your life.
They can't fucking see
letters there. Free Bragg, that'll do. Yeah.
You're trying to spell Tottenham today.
Monty's Bragg.
Fucking right Spurs, like. And then you give it over the counter, which are €20. You're going to return €0 fucking euros, Tom.
It's fucking gone.
We'll see, lads. We'll see. This is Punchestown. Stranger things have happened. Fresh horse. The other one is in the handicap on Tuesday as well. That Andrew's talking about with Daddy Longlegs in it. Horse called Smooth Tom. Quite keen on him.
Oh.
Just like you.
Smooth Tom. I've been called out before once or twice. Uh,
Just because you're going balls.
Yeah, I think he's off a good mark off a 130. Didn't run his race at Christmas. They gave him a break. He came back and ran an absolute blinder in the Irish Lincolnshire. He needs better ground. I think. I know he's ran on heavy on the flat, but come on, it's nothing like heavy I've ever heard was, is it? And yeah, I think he's well in off 130, and he's got a good rider taking £5 off. Then what else is there? I'm trying to think now. On Friday, I'm going to back Sean's horse if he's entered and if he runs.
Oh yes, Pablo.
Well, he is entered. Percival Nagawa. I think that Heartwood form I think is very good, and I think this could be the day for him.
The next horse you buy, can we rename it Sir Thomas of Rain?
I like it.
Pablo has to.
Yeah, no, we need to. I think we need to like buy dogs or something. Do we name these crazy names?
Yeah. Imagine the commentator trying to say that. Sir Thomas of Rain!
Would you put the R?
Yeah,
Rain. 2 or 3 R's.
Rain has taken out half the field. Fucking dogs are nuts, aren't they?
Fuck me. How people win money on that is beyond
It's
me.
crazy.
They all go to the first bend and just like, it's like fucking, what's it called?
Like watching, you ever like kids playing football? They just all chase the fucking one thing.
It's like Destruction Derby.
Yeah, Destruction
Grand
Derby. Grand Theft Auto.
What's twisting that? Is that again?
It's
bad,
kind
right?
of the idea that they all chase the same thing.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like,
You think they give them a longer straight to get around
yeah,
the
like
lane?
they don't seem to have any brain cells to try and stay out of the way of the other ones. Like,
Shall we give them a longer straight before the turn? No.
do you ever see
Fuck 'em.
do you ever see the ones when they're fucking jumping hurdles?
How is that like?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Or do you ever see the ones in Australia? And
Is that the ones identifying as fucking horses for today?
the ones in Australia, there could be 10 runners.
How do they fit that many on the track?
It's madness.
8. Is it 8 or 9?
There could be 10 sometimes. It's madness.
And the fucking horses, or the hair is dangling out of the fucking sky.
Anyway, we'll just touch on Willie Mullins' great achievement, winning the English trainers title.
Greatest of all time. Not that he wasn't before, but this has cemented that he is the greatest trainer. Arguably flat and between everything combined, Aiden's probably a tad bit over from what he's done, but to go over and do what Vincent O'Brien done 70 years ago is no small feat.
Let's do it like this.
Least.
3 words to describe Willie Mullins. Go. Faster.
Greatest ever.
You could have said trainer.
Great. No, come back to me. I'll come up with something.
Andrew has 2. Greatest ever. Sean, 3 words. Describe Willie Mullins.
Genius, mastermind, goat.
There's 3. You had 5, but 3, we'll take those 3.
Look, Willie's the go. He's not afraid to run them, and that's what separates
That's
him.
definitely
That's
more
like
than
12.
That was like 16. I think.
Yeah, look, Willie's just the go. There's no more. You just need one word for it, to be honest with you. But what he done was special. Like, I feel like on the flat, like Aiden, like his horses are campaigned over in England. It's a little bit different to what Willie's doing on the jumps. I feel like they have to win the classics over there, and Aiden's always going to have more horses over there than Willie would ever send. But like, if you just look at how many he brought over to the money he took home, it was frightening compared to the Skelton and Nichols. Like, I understand they're over there full time, but they've like 5-6 times the amount of runners he's had, and he's gone over there on the big days. He's cleaned up, and it's unbelievable what he done, to be honest.
Thomas.
Yeah, look, he's class, isn't he? And I know I don't want to compare him to Aidan O'Brien, but the thing with Aidan O'Brien is he has one owner in Coolmore, and they send him the horses. The thing that separates Willie apart, I think, is the whole operation that he has from the staff that he has working for him. You look at those lads, and I'd say there's probably, I don't know, there's at least 5 in there could be very, very good trainers in their own right. And then you look at the bloodstock agents he has in France and over here, and the operation that they have. It's incredible from all the way up. They seem to get the best horses, which is a start, and then he trains them expertly. You even just have to look at some of those horses who have they look like they've had hard races at Cheltenham, and then they've come out and they've won this week in England and stuff. When he's needed them, they've gone and turned up. Like in Pere Pass, we were on about him. He looked like he had a very hard race at Aintree, and he comes out bolts up at Sandown. Like, to do that is incredible. Gaelic Warrior, the DRF, looked like he was a gonzo, and he comes back and bolts up at Cheltenham. So it's those type of things that just set him apart, I think. But what I also, I don't know him, don't really know him, but I've had the pleasure of talking to him and dealing with him through the horses and stuff, and a nicer guy you could not meet. I rang him randomly the other day, and he picked up. He was driving, and had a chat for a few minutes. We've 2 horses there now, but we're very much small time owners. We're never going to go and give him the 5 million quid a year to go and spend. So,
Pablo.
He's class. I'll tell you another story. Actually, I don't know if I ever told it, but I actually rode out in Willie's a couple of times. Back in the day of being a lot lighter, and I rode out in there once, and then I'd say it could have been 18 months later. I rode out in there again, and Willie walks out to the gallop the second day, and he just looks at me as everyone's walking around, and he's pairing people up, and he said, "You were here before." The amount of people that must go into Willie Mullins's, and especially just to ride out and see what it's like, there'd be a lot of that going on. A lot of people want to go in and see Willie's from different yards, and they'll go in and ride out. And he remembered me. I don't know how. So I think it's that level of detail and knowledge of what's going on there is insane.
The next words to come out when he turned his back, who the fuck let him back in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think someone got bothered in that morning.
Tom's halfway up the gallop trying to fucking hold on to this thing.
Who are you on?
I can't remember. There was some. I rode a filly one day that was related to Hurricane Fly. She wasn't like his half sister. She was like a relation of his, and she ended up winning a bumper. But they didn't give me any of the good ones, obviously.
Okay, that is us for the entirety of the summer. We are done. Before we switch off, we'd like to thank all the viewers. Anyone that likes and subscribes helps the channel. We've been going at this for years now, all the way through COVID. 5 years. Andrew says 5 years. We tried to keep you entertained through COVID. We used to do the flat. The flat last year got a little bit monotonous and boring, so we're going to take the summer off. Try come back stronger in September, October time for the jumps. It's usually that first Chepstow meeting we come back for the jumps. So just thank you to everybody that watches. All the comments, constructive, negative, positive, it's all in one. It helps the channel. What did he say? No publicity is bad publicity. Or all publicity is good publicity.
I think that's the one, Dave. Yeah,
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything you want to say, Andrew?
No, just echo what you said. Look, we've been at this for going on 5 years, properly 5 years, and Tom jumped in. When I started working with Tom, then you came aboard. Then Sean jumped on. Look, we've gone from strength to strength, and look, myself, Tom, and Dave have been at it for 5 years non-stop. No real breaks, COVID, everything else to go. Look, it helped us get through COVID for the crack and everything. And Sean's jumped on as well. Look, Sean's been a great addition since he came in. But we all need a fucking break. So we're going to take the summer off. Look, we'll be active on Twitter as we always are. We might pop up every now and then, but not on Facebook, on Twitter. We might pop up for a quick little chat or something. But yeah, look, thanks to everyone who has followed us from me sitting in my kitchen 6-7 years ago talking shit. I watched it back the other day. Oh, holy Jesus Christ.
You've come a long way.
A long way. Hello and welcome back to the finishing line. What the fuck was that?
We've aged quite a lot as well, lads. There's no point in
dodging and that's
We're like a green horse in your first run.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was at. I still probably don't know what I'm at, but anyway.
Sean, would you like to say anything before we go on our break?
No, look, it's been great. This is my second season on now, and I've loved every minute of it. So I look forward. Look, there's lots of my battery's full, but the elder lads on the other side need a little break off the grass for the summer. We take them back in next year, and we'll be good to go.
Thomas?
Yeah, I know. Just what you guys said. Like it's been 5 years now. It does take its toll. I know I'm probably off more than most of us, but still, it's kind of just on your mind, isn't it? It's every Wednesday and Sunday, and it does take up a lot of your time, and we want to give it our best. And yeah, I think by taking a break now over the summer, I think we'll come back. We'll come back fresher. Even like today's show, you end up doing some of those shows during the winter, and you're like, God, we've got to get through this because we've got to do a show. And I think, our viewers are very, very intelligent, and it shows. So I think even today, we're all in great form. We've had a break of a couple of weeks. So, yeah, I think coming back fresh next year next season, looking forward to it.
Yep, as Attila said, keep up with the banter and we'll come back. There won't be anything but banter on this place. Might not get many winners,
but we'll have fun along
but we'll have fun along the way. Henry Longfellow.
Big fellow.
He's talking about his Willie.
Oh, yeah.
That's the end of it, is it? That's the end of the show.
That's the end of the show. We might be back. Who knows? I forgot the mouse today. At the end, like we always did.
No mouse. That's what Henry Longfellow says. I forgot me mouse.
See you in September.